There are always interesting things to see at La Marin. Today we watched them drag a sunken boat out of the harbour.
New window.
Having picked up our new window, it is now time to install it. What we had hoped to be a click and insert operation turned out to be a bit trickier, as the new glass had bent the frame slightly. So it took a couple of hours.
Got to the last stage. Attaching the stiff hinges to hold
Every
the
half-hour job takes 5 minutes. It's nearly sunset. Still going.
Didn't I say earlier there were always interesting things to see? Now we're watching a Navy ship weave its way through the anchored boats.
Trying to weave its way through. Channel's not very clear today.
When we came to Martinique, we had 2 vaccines, but for us, they've just changed the rules again, and for us to go to the next country, we need to be triple vaxxed. So we've come to the hospital to get triple vaxxed.
So we just had our 3rd vaccination in Martinique in the hospital. It's very bright outside. So now we can take our masks off and we're all done. Leo and Mum, Nicola, are still in the queue waiting to be done, but we're out and finished.
We have just left the hospital and now we have our booster shots so we can leave Martinique. Just took, how long did it take, Leo?
It took 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but they wouldn't see us all at once, so Glenn and Blake left about half an hour before us because they got to go in first, and so we're just walking the long way back to the boat.
On to the next job on the list. We've ordered a new inner forestay so we can run smaller sails, but this involved adding a new chain plate to the deck. Glenn designed one and had it built locally and set about installing it.
Blake's gone up the mast.
The next stage was to measure the length of the new forestay. Lucky I've got a monkey on hand.
Just doing jobs for Dad.
Avant-Garde is just leaving the bay. This boat here is an Australian boat, and we noticed they had kids, so we sent ours over, and within minutes they've commandeered this boat called Double Shot. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nat and Karina. Happy birthday to you.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, you have to blow on the cake now, or is
Just fan them out.
Anyway, we're in COVID times. Yeah.
Yay, happy birthday.
Sometimes it's just so bloody frustrating. Our water gauge had stopped working, so we had the electricians here replace it. When they replaced it, they didn't put everything back as it should have been, tightened the screws and made sure it was all watertight. We went to the water dock to fill up our tanks. I said to Glenn, it's taking longer than normal, maybe you should check the tanks. And we had basically pumped fresh water through the tank, out of the tank and into the bilge. 15 buckets later, Blake and Leo had finished bailing out the bilge. Positive, we've now got a clean bilge.
Where are we, Mum?
We're still in La Marina de Cul-de-Sac, but we're just going to see this little part of the fishing village. We think it's a fishing village bit. This little island beside us is connected by the dock around this corner. We've just walked up to the island in the middle of this harbour. I'm not sure if you're allowed on the island. Don't know what it's called. Find out all that when we get back to the boat. But it's pretty cute. And the dinghy's just down there in the mangroves. What does it smell like?
I don't know, it smells good.
Ground's covered in these seedly things.
I animal lover. I like torture.
Go and walk. Look at that.
He's rocking that look.
Because of the boat moving, when sometimes it's running away and then sometimes it's just coming back to eat you. Feels better. But, yeah. The rudder's also got more barnacles.
There are many interesting boats in this anchorage, including this one here. Yesterday this gentleman came to say hello. He's French but sailed this boat to New Zealand 10 years ago, so he came to say hello and see if we needed anything. I'm not sure it's left for a while. Matches this little one over here, which also has quite a lot of bits on it, and they all have people living on them. It's very interesting. New furler's going on today, so we need to put a new clutch on, and this is how Leo gets into the space. First he has to slot his head in the groove and then slide his body down to hold the nut, while up top Glenn attaches the new clutch.
I am fixing lures. Interesting.
This is our old TV. It's kind of a little bit broken. This is the on version. And over here is our new TV.
We might have to figure out how to get the other one off the wall first.
It's very strong.
So our secondary feeler's going in, and we were told to come into the rigging dock at 2:30 on Friday. After they bumped us from Monday, they've been bumping us all week. Anyway, we came in at 2:30 and they said, oh, 45 minutes more, we've got to move some boats around. So we're now in, and we are stacked 3 deep behind a bunch of boats in front of us. Glenn's in discussing getting it done, but I'm feeling our chances are slim that we'll get anything done today, being now 4:15 on a Friday, and they don't work the weekend. Glenn's looking a little lost. I wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What did you just tell me about the ropes?
They smell good.
No, your son's been at sea too long when ropes smell good and make a good cuddly toy. Tomorrow we're going for PCR tests to get entry into Carousel, and before that we're doing at-home antigen tests because we don't want to pay for a PCR test if they are positive. So we're just doing a cheap check before we head off. So this is Leo, I'm negative. This is Leo, and we'll see what happens. Well, we're coming up to 10 minutes and there's no positives on those, so we're all good for PCRs tomorrow. One of the many things we brought back with us from New Zealand was a second-hand water maker that we were kindly given by Glenn's brother. And today we are finally installing it in the boat. So Glenn has spent pretty much all morning down here, but it is starting to look like a water maker instead of a bag of bits, which is great.
So remember Friday we came in for 1 hour on the rigging dock? Well, it didn't quite go according to plan, so we've spent all weekend here and it's now Monday morning, so we're hoping that they will sort our rigging out today. In the meantime, plans still are afoot for us to leave tomorrow. You guys are awesome in the morning. And what's up with you this morning?
Hello, I'm doing schoolwork. Maths.
We have just arrived at the FedEx office getting the membranes, and we've got our tiny little Peugeot 107.
We're just waiting for our PCR test so that tomorrow we can leave for Kariakou. And we didn't realise it, they said just turn up, and we turned up and They said they only take 60 a day, and I am number 55, so we were lucky to get in today. Leo's the last of us to get his PCR test.
We just came, and this is the old sugarcane plantation of the 18th century, and it's also the birthplace of the Empress Josephine.
And we are parked underneath a calabash.
We'll give you this tour from the wrong side of the fence because they're not open on a Monday and we're here on a Monday. This is how we get a view for you of Josephine's house.
Goat got stuck, and Blake's like, no, Goaty can't stay stuck.
Make Goaty go round the tree. There's Diamond Rock, and over there is St Lucia, and tomorrow we're going that way. In the far distance is St Anne, where we've been anchoring. In 1830 a slave ship ran aground here. There were 86 survivors, all of them slaves. The slave traders themselves died, and then they've built this monument to those who survived and those who perished.
After a week in the marina, we finally got our jib working. New number 2 fella. Second-hand one, but Dad's at the helm. Leo's being Leo. And down here, Mum is sitting down. You want to tell us why, Mum?
So last night, after we got our PCR tests all ready to leave for Curacao today, we were putting the new jib up and I accidentally stepped through the toilet hatch window and I now have a fat foot. So I am just not stepping on it and the boys are doing everything.
We're off on passage. Finally the boat is 99% ready. And we are off to Curacao. Lots of upgrades and rebuilds on the boat. 500 miles now. Beautiful conditions, 15 knots, broad reaching. We'll see you in a couple of days' time.